Another important political philosopher of the 20th century also studied the totalitarian systems of the 20th century, a man named Eric Vogelin. He said the common feature of all totalitarian systems is not mass surveillance, which we have in the United States, by the way. I don't know if you saw what happened in Congress this week, but it's not concentration camps and secret police, men in jackboots and barbed wire fences. He said, as horrifying as all those things are, the starting point and the common feature of all totalitarian systems is the prohibition of questions. The regime monopolizes what counts as knowledge, what counts as rationality. And if you raise your hand and ask any inconvenient questions about that, like, is it really a good idea to close all the schools, even though children are at low risk from COVID? Or how do we know that this novel technology has been adequately tested in human population, or whatever? You just, the regime does not sit down and debate with you. Oh, why do you think that? Oh, let me present my reasons for thinking the contrary. They simply, for the Nazi, you're just infected with Jew consciousness. For the Soviet, you're just infected with bourgeois consciousness. You're obviously not within the realm of polite, rational conversation. We're going to exclude you, and we're going to shut you up. And if you don't shut up, then we'll lock you up, right? That's sort of the next step. And the other thing that he and Arendt both pointed out about a system like this is that initially you need those external punishments. You need the secret police and the concentration camps and the kind of external forms of punishment. But in a perfectly realized totalitarian society, you actually have to imprison far fewer people. You have to surveil far fewer people, because everyone becomes a potential informant. Everyone is surveilling everyone else all the time. As the ideology is internalized, people start self-censoring. And then the end point of that process, they're self-censoring without even realizing that they're self-censoring. So you're in a prison where you don't realize you're in a prison and you can't see the bars. And that's the most perfectly realized form of totalitarianism.
Absolutely.
And so I mean, that's a long-winded, somewhat academic digression, but my point is, why is censorship so important? Right? Why is the ability to pose inconvenient questions, the ability even to be wrong? I mean, we have the right to be wrong. We have the right to conjecture something and hypothesize something and then later change our mind. And well, no, it didn't pan out that way. If you're not able to do that, you're headed for a real nightmare of a society.